Welcome to Giant Ability TV.
Obasanjo tasked the generals by example. Leadership is a calling, and once a leader is a leader for life. At every crossroad of life, leaders are looked onto for direction and guidance. Leadership is not subject to the barriers of office or constituency. It is a responsibility that can be carried out wherever we find ourselves, and hence the saying, if you cannot change the world, change your world. Nigeria as a country is blessed with leaders both as military heads of state and civilian president. Some have departed to the life beyond, while others are still living. The main concern now is the question, what makes the difference between a living dog and a dead lion? Nigeria is at the verge of disintegration, and this is obvious to everyone, and at this juncture, one wonders how the leaders that have served Nigeria, especially those who have served the country first and foremost as military heads of state and subsequently civilian presidents, are so comfortable seeing the country going down the drain. The focus of this episode is on the former military heads of state who are still with us today. Take cognizance of the fact that they ruled Nigeria despite their lack of training in devious subtlety of government. They fit in for description as commanding spirit. Nonetheless, they were able to steer the ship of the country from point A to probably point B. Military rule is generally regarded as an aberration, for constitutionally, they are not expected to rule but to defend the territorial integrity as well as the unity of the country where they belong and serve. There is no immortality but the memory that is left in the minds of men. To have lived without glory, without leaving a trace to one's existence, is not to have lived at all. The task of a true leader is to take the followers from where they are to where they need to be. Most leaders have been able to put the country Nigeria in motion, but in reality, no movement was achieved. Nigeria, since the time of independence, has had more military heads of state rule the country than the civilians. In total, Nigeria has had 8 military heads of state, namely late General Aguiyi Ironsi, General Yakubu Gowon, late General Muritala Muhammad, General Olusegun Obasanjo, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, General Ibrahim Babangida, late General Sani Abacha, and General Abdulsalami Abubakar. Nigeria is blessed at this critical and most defining moment in the history of the country to have 5 of them alive. In any country where such is the case, people need not look out for wisdom and moral support where these great generals are available and able. One thing is to be available, and another is to be able. It is not enough for the political aspirant or politicians to go on pilgrimage to the residences of these elder statesmen. Mere paying visit without categorical statement made or positions taken by their host is like deferring the day of progress and stability of the country to another day. Elder statesmen are opinion molders as well as nation builders, but sitting on the fence and keeping silence where leaders need to talk and guide the leaders to be is nothing other than the abdication of both spiritual and moral responsibilities. Let's draw a lesson from our environment. The trees once went out to anoint a king over them, and they said to the olive tree, "Reign over us." But the olive tree said to them, "Shall I leave my abundance by which God and men are honored, and go hold sway over the trees?" And the tree said to the fig tree, "You come and reign over us." But the fig tree said to them, "Shall I leave my sweetness and my good fruit, and go hold sway over the trees?" And the tree said to the vine, "You come and reign over us." But the vine said to them, "Shall I leave my wine?"
I, Major General Philip Esium, officer administering the government of the Republic of Biafra, now wish to make the following declaration. That we affirm we are loyal Nigerian citizens and accept that the Republic of Biafra hereby ceases to exist.
That cheers God and men and goes sway over the trees. Then all the trees said to the bramble, "You come and reign over us." And the bramble said to the trees, "If in good faith you are anointing me king over you, then come and take refuge in my shade. But if not, let fire come out of the bramble and devour the cedars of Lebanon." Leadership can also mean taking the followers from where they are to where they already knew but do not know how to get there. A leader, therefore, such that the country is in need of at this time should be a dealer in hope. The trees that were contacted all gave reasons that were similar except one of them that was an exception, not connecting its service to neither God nor man. Hence it was found wanting and went under a curse. It blossomed with green leaves to the admiration of the master, who expected to find fruit on it, but was disappointed when none was found. Those of you who are the elder statesmen today that are alive are here to be a blessing to the country, most especially in guiding the youth, who constitute the majority of the registered voters in the coming elections, to choose the right candidate irrespective of ethnic or religious backgrounds. Just as President Olusegun Obasanjo is championing the cause of true reconciliation and reintegration, let the saying that two good heads are better than one be applicable to the extent that Nigeria may not go into extinction in your lifetime. This is when your resolve to keep the country united is on the test at the edge of the nation's destiny. Uniform or no uniform, the heart is fixed, and this is the clarion call that must be answered, so that the labor of our heroes past shall not be in vain. Your Excellencies, there is no doubt about your unalloyed commitment to the peace and stability of this country, as exemplified while in office and after you left. One issue of concern is the direction that the country is headed, which, if not rescued, can lead to a disastrous end. The solution that the country is in need of is not the kinetic type, but sitting on a round table where people can wag their tongues as many times as they want, but not wave their guns. The country needs your quick intervention, which is achievable if all heads can be brought under one roof and one thinking cap. There are agitations going on in different regions of the country, and these are no news to your Excellencies. Defending the country's territorial integrity, which is outside your purview right now, should nonetheless constitute an hindrance to your ability to intervene within your sphere of influence to see that the forthcoming elections do not as a flood submerge the country Nigeria. There is an old adage that in politics, the straight line is the longest distance between 2 points. The rare individuals who unselfishly tries to serve others has an enormous advantage. He has the little competition. Andrew Carnage. This individual cannot be likened to the fig tree as seen in the parable of the trees. The fig tree was all alone to itself, thinking of none other than itself. Hence, it went under a curse. Most of the politicians that have paid you visit definitely have different characteristics that qualify and disqualify them from being the right kind of leaders that the country is in need of right now. But what the elders can see sitting down and from their comfort zone. The young cannot see standing up. Discovery is seeing what others have seen and thinking what no one has thought. But keeping your thought to yourself is burying your thought. You may wish to put your thought into reality. There is no better time than now to plunge boldly into the thick of life. The creation of the peace accord by General Abdulsalami Abubakar alongside Bishop Matthew Kuka was the right step in the right direction. But because you have seen it all and using the Civil War and the lessons learned from it as a guide, Nigerians deserve more of your expertise once more and in the direction of justice, for without it there can be no peace. What is constructed can only be loved after it is constructed, but what is created is loved before it exists. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo is on the right course, and it is the expectation of all well-meaning Nigerians that you openly show your solidarity. When evil men plot, good men must plant. When evil men burn and bomb, good men must build and bind. When evil men shout out the words of hatred, good men must commit themselves to the glories of love. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Keeping Nigeria peaceful, stable and united is a task that must be done.
Thank you for watching.